What's up, stars? It's your girl, Ivy Star, coming to you with another episode of what? Ratchet Astrology. And baby, is it getting ratchet out here, or is it ratchet than a motherfucker out here? Good morning. It may not be morning by the time y'all see this, but I'm saying it anyway, because even though it felt like we in the middle of the apocalypse, water's still good, right? We still here. We're still trying to be progressive in spite of everything that's going on that could be possibly trying to slow us down. We got a lot of different placements that's kind of slowing things down because, it's a lot of different changes and stuff going on amongst the collective and all over the world. And you know what happens when it's wartime. Ukraine and Russia are still in the middle of the war. So anytime that there's war, there's going to be chaos. War ripples all the way through the entire world when war happens. No matter if it's over here or not. Y'all see it. Look at our gas prices. Look at all our different shortages and things. All those things become directly related because guess what? In case you didn't know, the world is ran by a few select powers. It's not ran by everybody. We don't live in a democratic world. In the United States, they say that we have different rights and this is a democracy, but they still do what they want to do when they want to do it. They give us the right to vote, but if they don't want it no more, then they will get rid of it right in our face. So we don't really have control over the world that we live in, but guess what? You have control of the world that you live in. If that makes any sense to you. We may not be able to control everything on the collective, but baby, you can definitely control the environment that is around you. And if you do not have control of your environments, it is time for you to take a look at what's really going on around you. Because if you don't have control of your environment, who does? And I mean, I know we are obligated to different responsibilities. We got family responsibilities. We got our kids. Some of us have our kids, you have our spouses, our mates, roommates, besties, whatever you have that is, that the people that you have in your life that you're exchanging energy with, your family members, immediate family, mom, dad, whoever. If you don't have control of that environment, if they don't know how to approach you or they don't know how to deal with you, then you don't have control of your environment, or you're not expressing yourself, or you're around people who don't listen. But either way, it's time for if you got any of that going on, it's time to change, because you're not going to be able to thrive in this world. That's why so many people losing their mind and stuff. They're losing their mind because they don't have no control over their environment. They don't know what's going on. They have gotten too indulged in the things of the world and the things that's going on, instead of just focusing on what you can just really put your hands on that's right in front of you. What you can really put your eyes on. You know what I'm saying? What really generates, what do you attract? Start asking yourself those type of questions. What do you attract? Are you the type of person who get out of the bed every day and as soon as your feet hit the floor, bullshit is happening? And I'm not just saying every day you wake up is going to be love, light, and blessings all the time, because baby, it is not. It's a lot of heartache, pain, and trauma that goes along with that as well. One side of healing to the other, But we still can look at the things that we attract. I don't have everything in the world, but because I put your energy out, when I wake up, I can wake up with the expectation that no matter what happens today, I'm going to be okay. Because trust me, I wake up to bullshit too. But not just because I attracted it. A lot of it is because, I have not cut certain things off in my life, or I deal with certain people. Certain people are depending on me and leaning on me to, kind of be their anchor and their guide, and they calling me with their shit early in the daytime. Or bill collectors. I can't do nothing about bill collectors though. I got bills. If I want to have stuff, if I want to have things, if I want to have lights, gas, water, if I want to have a house to live in, if I want to be able to drive my car in peace, paying your car insurance, for those of us who have a car note, paying a car note, whatever the case may be, putting gas in it, I have to live with some peace, because I have to make money to make all those things. There ain't no peace attached to making no money. Now, even when you're an entrepreneur, you still get stressed out. So, whether you're working a job, whether you're working a business, whether you're running a scam, baby, it's all some type of level of stress that comes with gaining finances and fixing your finances. It can get a little stressful, especially if you've been disadvantaged in life. A lot of us are disadvantaged. Okay, there's been some disadvantages, gender, race, role, whatever, status, class. Some of us just have some disadvantages. So it can be very stressful trying to work with your finances. So, under this full moon, This full moon is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is the sign of work ethic. Now, it is a lot of different things going on with this full moon. So let's just talk. Let me just set the tone for what we're gonna talk about, because you know, my notes, I kind of just took some downloads and took some key points, because I'm going to do a reading in this. And I haven't been doing card readings because a few months ago, you know, Spirit said to me that it's a lot of unclean stuff going on with the Taurus, and I didn't want to be a part of that circle of things that was going on. Is because there was an exchange not only between unclean readers and unclean people. Okay, and there's also a spiritual warfare going on, and a lot of times when people are reading tarot, they don't do the research on the decks that they're using. They don't understand the story of the tarot deck, and you know, there has to be some in-depth learning and researching before we just start picking up spiritual tools and using them. So I was told by Spirit to fast from using tarot cards, and then like last week sometime, I just was coming down the stairs and it's like, you know what, you need a new deck. Now anytime, because I talk to myself often, but usually I say I. So anytime it starts out with a you, I know it's coming from either my spirit guides, you know, Holy Spirit, my ancestors, whoever is speaking to me at the time. If I hear you, then I know that this is a message for me, and it's not from me. Because I tell myself messages all the time, like, hey, did you do this? Did you do that? I need to do this. I need to do that. You see, when you talk to yourself, you use I. I don't really use you when I'm talking to myself. You need a new deck. I would have said, I need a new deck, you know? So I felt like it was a spirit guide, but then I didn't know I wasn't for sure. So I meant to meditate on it. I meant to write it down. I meant to look into it. I meant to start doing my research, seeing if I was ready to get back into tarot. And I forgot about it. I forgot what I was doing. I started doing other stuff and I forgot about it. So then Saturday comes and I hear it again, like, you need a new deck. And I was meeting one of my friends to do their astro chart. And I'm like, I should pick up a deck beforehand just in case we want to do a little reading afterward, you know, because I keep hearing it. But I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait. I'll get it Monday or Tuesday or something. No, I got a sharp pain in my back. And then my man got a sharp pain in his back. And then my daughter come bring her little 8-year-old butts into the room. Like, she got a sharp pain in her back. Talking about, Mom, on my back. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, I get it. Whatever it is, the message is very heavy. And it was kind of heavy for me. And I did a reading on a couple other people. Just, you know, get a feel for my deck or whatever. And it wasn't really, it was good. It wasn't bad when it was heavy for me, but it wasn't bad. It was basically telling me to move my emotions out of the way. If I want to be able to manage what it is I need to manage, then I need to get my emotions out the way. Which is kind of hard for me because I'm in Cancer mood and I care so much about so many things. My Aquarius sun be like, fuck that. I'm so glad I got that Aquarius sun boy with that Cancer Mars. It got to be hard being a Cancer boy. You feel everything. You feel for everybody. You just want to help the world and heal it. And Aquariuses are humanitarians too. But they more like activists. They about to go make the change. Like, you know what? We about to go get this motherfucker shut down. Because while the Cancer's like, well, what about all the people with jobs? And, you know, they argue all the time, but it's okay. But anyway, so this full moon, it is Cancer season, by the way. And shout out to all my Cancers. I hope you have been tapping into your intuition, really getting in touch with your nurturing side, making sure that you're taking care of yourself first and just spending good time with your family, Cancer, okay? So anyway, so this was a super moon. So what is a super moon? Super moon is when the moon is very, very, very close to Earth. So we feel the effects very, 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 very much more than we would normally. It's emotional for some, you know what I'm saying? Because we just don't deal with stuff like we supposed to. And I understand that it gets hard to start dealing with stuff. And you know, I'm about to start shuffling and playing with this deck. It's calling me. Anyway, so and the deck that I got was the Angel Tarot. I like angel messages, and this deck also has numerology messages, you know, keywords, angel messages, and powerful affirmations, you know, for after a read. You know what I'm saying? We can't just, as readers and healers and, you know, root workers and teachers and all these other different spiritual gifts that you might have, you know, it can't be just beating people up all the time, but it can't be hyping them up all the time either. And I'll be honest with you, this message that I have for you from the cosmos and possibly from the cards. We're going to see what they got to say. I know that it's not all going to be love and light, okay? It's not all love and light because some shadows, some darkness, and things have to be dealt with as well. And we are in the middle of a spiritual war. I cannot express that enough. That you need to choose a side. And I'm not just talking about choosing whether you're going to be righteous or you're going to be evil. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be struggling with that right now because I know because I had those thoughts sometimes like, what's the purpose of being good? Look at the world. Look at the world and how people is treating other people and things that's going on. So what's the purpose of being good? But it's time to pick a side. Whatever you're going to do, you have to pick a side. You have to go back to your spiritual practices, whether you were a church kid, whether you were Islam, even if you started yourself at home, because that's where it really starts at. Please get back in touch with your spiritual processes and your spiritual practices because it's a real war going on. There's a real spiritual battle going on where one part of the world, matter of fact, it ain't even one part of the world at this point where pretty much everything is geared towards your corruption and the corruption of you and your children and your family home, okay? Everything is geared toward the destruction of the family unit because once we break down the family unit, we ain't got shit else. We ain't got shit else. If we ain't got a mama, we ain't got a stable mama, we ain't got a stable daddy, we don't have innocent children because they're stealing our children's innocence by pushing sex and gender roles and all this other stuff on them. Look, I don't care, okay, about people, LGBTQ things like people, gender changes and gender roles and pronouns and all those stuff. Whatever. If that's the world that we're getting ready to live in, then, I have to adapt to it. But I do have a problem with propaganda pushing. I got a problem with propaganda pushing. Like, that's not an easy choice. Like, you can't just wake up and decide, like, I'm going to be a boy or I'm going to be a girl. That's not an easy choice. You're going to make it hard for you and the people around you. So I just be wanting people just to use their brain. Use your thinking cap. If your child decides that, let them do that shit when they get grown and move out and you still love them anyway. But, just encourage them to walk down one path at a time, one step at a time. It ain't about being gay because I don't really care about any of that. But I do care about it when it comes to children because I don't really feel like we should be expressing sex roles and things with children of a certain age. Now I got a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old boy upstairs. Here and there, we talk about things. We talk about girls. I gauge them and, see where they at. And if one of them was to come and tell me that they might have feelings for the opposite sex, I'm not going to fucking try to kill them. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk to my child. I'm going to love on my child. I am going to work with my child. We are going to get through this together, but it's going to be a slow process because you're not just going to come to me at 13 years old and tell me that you like the same sex and then you about to start dressing like, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that because you're indicating to me that something else is going on with you. And that's what I'm more concerned about. Okay? Why are you acting out this way? What triggered this for you? And then we can talk our way through it. And if this is something that you're adamant about, then guess what? I just got another daughter. You know what I'm saying? And this is just an example that I'm making because, first of all, my children explain, my sons, I have 5 of them, and they express large amounts of masculinity and it's sometimes toxic. So I have to deal with them too, baby. I do not encourage toxic masculinity. I encourage healthy men who want to live a healthy life and who want to have something out of life, who respects people, who take care and protect women, okay? And I'm not saying sponsor, but I said take care of and protect, okay? Because they're going to come for you about their mama. They're going to come for you about their sister, okay? But they're not going to disrespect us in the house because that's a clear indication that a man is going to disrespect you. You got a few times to sit up in my face. I don't care if that's how you and your sister play or not. I don't want you to think that I play like that. To sit up and call your sister, bitch, shut up, bitch, that, bitch, this, bitch, that, bitch, that. Your mama, you call her by her first name, you don't respect her, you talk shit in front of her and all that other stuff. You can't do that with me, okay? I don't care what type of relationship, how much she says she love you. She raised you to be toxic, okay? You can't just do that. I have a problem with that. You know, people who talk, you know, men who talk to their mom a certain type of way. And, you know, because once you get to a certain age, if she did raise you or you have an issue with how she raised you, then you get to a certain age where you just got to let that shit go. Because I'm telling you, healing the relationship with your parents, whether they were toxic or functional, is very, very, very key to your spiritual journey and you being free. Don't do it for them. Do it for you. Forgive them for you, you know, because, you know, we sit up and we harbor all this unforgiveness and all this hatred and stuff in our heart for people who have went on about their lives, still doing what they want to do, still doing it who they want to do it with, while we walking around mad, wanting them to suffer. We the ones suffering. Forget them people and move on. I don't know how to do nothing else at this point. You know, I don't have any more room for it. I have too much going on in my life that I have room to keep harboring this trauma and this hurt. And this is not me just be like, to be one of those people to be like, oh, just let it go. Oh, because baby, it took me years to deal with a lot of different things that I had going on. But I was able to move past them because I started my forgiveness. Once I started to forgive, like, you know what? Maybe she didn't have all the proper tools that she needed to raise, even if she did. You know, just tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself to move on, to forgive them. Like, you know what? I forgive you. Whatever happened, I forgive you. Even if it was completely 100% malicious the way that you was treated, you don't have to forget. You don't have to go back. You don't have to still be family, friends, whatever. I don't care if we blood. I will cut you. I don't care if we blood. I will cut you off, okay? Because I got the right to do so, and I will. So now that I've got all of that out, let's talk about this full moon in Cancer, because I just wanted to have that conversation with y'all, because, you know, Cancer is, I mean, it's the full moon in Capricorn, but it's Cancer season, because Cancer, the sign of Cancer, is focused a lot around the family. And next we have Leo season, and Leo is focused a lot on creativity and things like that. And I don't want your creativity blocked because of some family shit that you got going on. All right. So we got to start asking ourselves some hard questions, because we got to clean our spirit. Cleanse your spirit. I just told you, we are in the middle of a spiritual warfare. And if you cannot feel it, it's just because you just remaining ignorant to the fact. Okay? You got to clean your spirit. It's time for some new insights. And we're going to get them. Mercury is going to be linking with the sun. It's going to be bringing us fresh insights, downloads, and all those different aha moments, because we know Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, and all about communication and mental energy. A Gemini brain does not rest, okay? Even when they sleep, that brain going. Believe that. So different downloads and new insights will be coming. So have your notebook ready. Make sure that you're creating a space that you can meditate. I don't care if it's for 5 minutes a day. Just either play music or get quiet, whatever works for you. I do either or, depending on what it is that I need. Sometimes it's too loud in my life and I need quiet. I need to meditate in some quiet. Sometimes I could do it with music, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to soothe an angry spirit. You know, the Bible, for those of you who have studied the Bible, it says that King David had to have somebody come play him a song to get rid of the evil, unclean spirit. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I do it with music. I do it with the sound bowl, okay? Whatever tool that I have available, depending on what I need, I'm going to use it. And you have to use meditation. There has to be some type of meditation going on, okay? So Mercury is going to be linking with the sun pretty soon here. And you can pull information from many sources. Elders. If you still got some elders in your life, cherish them. Protect them. Take care of them at all costs. If you still got elders in your life, please take care of your elders. Okay? Trusted friends. Not just anybody. Some people got good conversations, so it's something in you just be wanting to tell, just want to keep talking, make you want to overshare. But sometimes you just shut the fuck up. You need to. You need to shut up. You talking too much. Books. Those are still a thing. I just downloaded Kindle again the other day. I'm like, I need to read a book. Now, it ain't that I haven't been reading books. I've been letting books read to me through Audible. But then I found out, like, where do I keep getting these credits come from? Because I only got one account. I got another little card, you know what I'm saying, that I try to use for subscriptions and stuff, because those subscriptions be getting over, and I don't like them being attached to my real bank account. But not even that card was getting charged. They was charging my mama or something. I'm like, Audible, come on now. Like, look, we not about to do that. I don't like companies that do that. I don't like Apple for that. I don't like Amazon for that. You know, the card that I used initially should be the only card that you try. They'll try to go use any card that you'd have ever tried to get them little subscription monies, okay? And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I took all my cards off Apple and Amazon. You know, because sometimes they started using my mom card because I ordered something for her a while ago, and they've been charging her for Audible. I'm like, y'all got to run that back. Okay, run that back. I ain't even been using it like that because I wasn't using them credits because I didn't know how I was getting them. That's something else to take into consideration. Now, what if I would have used them credits? And they would have been talking about them. They're not going to give my mama her $64 back for them 3 credits. She don't even know. This is my first time saying it out loud on this video because I just figured it out last night. But they refunded it. I was trying to figure out why it didn't come back to me, though, if y'all been charging me. But they wasn't charging me, and it made sense. I'm like, because I don't remember seeing them charged, because I check every little charge that come through my notifications to my phone. Every little charge. $538 to who? $2.99 to who? Audible is $16.11. I would have seen that, and I didn't. But I requested that refund, got my mama her money back. But I'm just saying, protect your elders. Read some books. Get some trusted friends. If you need some better friends, to start asking for some or start looking for them. You know, if you need some better friends, you can't trust your friends. I've been there. I've been in that place where I've kind of transforming spiritually, and a lot of my friends can't go with me to that place. Like, you lose friends. The older you get, the more friends start to fall off, especially during growth periods. If they haven't reached that period in their life and you guys can't really relate, then usually y'all just end up stop being friends. It just happens sometimes. You know, people just fall away. And, you know, it's not a bad thing, but, you know, don't leave no bad feelings or bad vibes between y'all. You know what I'm saying? And tarot cards. Tarot. If you have been thinking about getting your own deck, or you want to really study tarot, now when Mercury is coming into contact with the sun will be the best time. Will be the best time. And please make sure you're doing your research and living a clean life. Man, stop putting your hands on these people and trying to heal these people if you know you're not right with yourself. And I'm not saying like, oh, you have to be perfect or you have to not be doing this and not be doing that, but at least have some knowledge of self so that you can be transparent. I can deal with transparent people. I don't care if somebody tell me they just slept with 5 people in 6 minutes. I don't have to sleep with 5 people in 6 minutes. But if you walking around, I've been celibate for 6 years, knowing that you didn't have 6 days in the last 6 months, then them the type of people that I'm talking about. Okay, that's what I mean. So I'm talking about transparency, living a clean life, knowing exactly who you are, knowing exactly what you've been called to do, and not letting any of those things stop you. So ask for what you need and be open to the source. You got to be open to the source because, oh my goodness, I can't tell you how many times I miss something because I'm stubborn. And I'm not even going to try to hide it. I am stubborn. I can be very, very stubborn, okay, and set on something happening a certain way. Well, not like none no more. Now I be like, well, however it came. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I got it. Thank you. Okay. We got to be open to the source sometimes because, you know, we've been so indoctrined and we have been, you know, just so watered down that we just don't believe that anything can happen for us anymore. And anything can happen for you. Anything can happen for you. Anything can happen to you. You can have anything you want in this life if you go after it. But the issue is going after it. And then once we pursue it, once the universe give it to us, because it's not wrapped up in a gold box with a red bow, we be like, they ain't really what to ask for. Girl, take this goddamn cardboard box and see what's in it. And quit looking for the gift. Looking for something magical and spiritual to happen. Man, take this cardboard box and see what's in it. The buck moon, the thunder moon. Growth, honey. It's all about growth. It's growth. It's a growth thing. We gotta grow the fuck up. Gotta grow up. Gotta grow up. So let's see. Masculine energy, the energy that time and the collective have associated with the male counterpart. Because, you know, it's clear that gender lines and gender roles are being kind of, you know, blurred, reversed. Men is the bad bitches now. Women is the ones in the workforce, running businesses and side hustles and shit at the same time and that type of thing. But that doesn't mean anything. You still, when we tap into our masculine energy is not all about, oh yeah, I'm the man, okay? It's about strategy. It's about planning. It's about protection. It's about provision. It's about physical strength. All these things that we all need, okay? So when I say masculine and feminine, don't mean I'm just talking to the man or I'm just talking to the woman. I'm speaking to your energy. I'm speaking to your energy. We all have to operate in some sense of masculine and feminine energy. You were created by a man and a woman, okay? Even if you was created in a lab. If somebody got artificially inseminated, somebody had to put some sperm in an egg at one point or another for your ass to be sitting where you at. So when I say masculine and feminine, it's not to offend anyone, but that's just what the energy that I'm speaking to. And when we speak on masculine energy, we are speaking on strategy, planning, protection, provision, physical strength. Okay, that's what we are speaking on when I say the masculine energy is very, very strong right now. Okay, Jupiter is in Aries. Aries, expanding our desires to push forward. Aries can't do nothing but run forward with their big ram head asses. They going, okay? That's all they can do. That's all they can do. That's why they don't hold grudges long. People always talk about how angry they are, but have you seen how quickly they're not angry anymore? They don't know how to do anything but go forward. And Jupiter is expanding that energy. And Aries is the god of war, the planet of divine masculinity, okay? So, what did I say? Planning, protection, provision, physical strength, masculine energy traits that we all should be focusing on, especially physical strength. Have you been taking any care of your health? And we're going to talk about that because I'm going to touch on Venus and Cancer for a little bit because I'm about to wrap this up in a second so we can get to our tarot reading. Jupiter is expanding in Aries. Have you thought about, could you run like, and you know, and I don't be saying this to scare people, but I just want you to be your highest self, even if it's an attribute that you may not have to use. But if some shit went down right now, would you be able to run without your car? Say like if it was one of those apocalyptic movies going on where traffic is all backed up and all y'all motherfuckers gotta run. Can you run? I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably have to, you know, get a scooter or something. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm really working on it. I'm working on being able to run at least a mile within 15 minutes, at least. That is one of my goals because that was the goal that I was trying to reach when I wanted to become a police officer. Can y'all believe that? I wanted to be a police officer. I found out I was pregnant with Angel. Took another, you know, course because pregnancy is not just physical. It's not you just growing the baby. It's a mental thing. It's a mental process. It's the physical process. It's an emotional process. It's a spiritual process. It's something real different about carrying them babies. And, you know, maybe that's why I protect my womanhood the way that I do. You know, it's not to offend any trans woman or anything like that. I just like, you know, I defend my womanhood. We go through a lot physically that we don't have no control over. While we control when we want to have kids, if we do decide to have kids, we can't control what happens to our bodies. I can't control the fact that I bleed once a month. You know what I'm saying? So I protect my womanhood in all seriousness. But and that's going to bring me to Venus and Cancer. So Jupiter in Aries is going to be expanding our desires to push forward. Please be careful of dreams and illusions. Please get your head out of the clouds. Neptune is in retrograde. It is the home sign of Pisces, sign of go with the flow. Pisces is the sign of going with the flow, okay? Real cool motherfuckers they are. Until they come out of the bag, they psychos. Pisces are really psychos, but, you know, as long as they cool, they cool. They real cool, as long as they cool. But Once they flip that switch, you don't know who you gonna get. So anyway, Neptune, and it's probably gonna be some abuse at the end of that. Is all Pisces a little prone to domestic violence, just a little bit. I think male and female. Okay, I know some female Pisces who would jump on their nigga real fast. And I know some male Pisces who will jump on their woman real fast. I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone women hitting men either. Okay? Don't get it twisted. I done hard often, you know, when I was younger and stuff like that. I just didn't know how to express myself. He was just making me so mad. He was a narcissist. He would be talking to me and he not taking no accountability for nothing that's going on. And I mean, he dead wrong. He 102% wrong. And he is gaslighting the shit out of me. Once I learned that word gaslight, I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm about to beat your ass. But I can't do that no more. If that's how we gonna be, then we can't be. So anyway, so dream may be more real and it feels like you're one step away from your dream. Anybody else been feeling that? Anybody else been feeling like that? Like you just about to walk through the curtain and everything is about to be opened up to you because you just been putting in that work. Not just because you're blessed, but you've been putting in that, you're blessed because you've been putting in that fucking work. Okay, if you have not been working on yourself, working on your dreams, working on your goals, working to repair anything that is broken around you, because that's what we are. We're fixers. We are fixers. We are healers by nature. And not everything that's broken now. Some things ain't meant to be fixed, but you know what I mean. You know, just making sure that you're breaking generational curses and things like that. Putting in that fucking work, okay? Neptune retrograde and Pisces got us feeling like, you know, we closer. The spiritual veil is thin. Anytime that Neptune enters into Pisces, even though it's in retrograde, the spiritual veil is thin, okay? So it's much easier for us to communicate with our spirit guides, our ancestors, anything that is looming on the other side. It is much easier for us to tap in. Mediums, y'all may be real sensitive around this time with Neptune retrograde in Pisces, you know, because we have to consider everything that's going on the other realm as well, okay? So, this is also a time where we consider our spiritual practice. Now, I told you in the beginning of the video that it's time for us to get back to our spiritual practice. Whatever it is you do, whatever it is you do, whoever it is you pray to, wherever it is that you get your feel from, it's time for you to get back to that. So, Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer got us feeling all vulnerable, okay? Dangerously in love, all of that, okay? So Venus is the planet of love, art, beauty, money, sex appeal, okay? But it is also the planet that rules over our hobbies. Our hobbies, things that we are good at, things that we can craft, things that we are able to do with our hands, and able to make money with, okay? So, and of course, Venus is also associated with the goddess of love. And right now, she is in the sign of Cancer, the sign of emotional intelligence and intuition, okay? So we need to make some very clear decisions about our love life. That's what it's saying. You're ready to get serious. This isn't just about butterflies and summer flings and all those type of things. All those type of things that make us feel good and lusty and in love and all those type of. This is not just that. This is about making real decisions about your love life. Venus being in Cancer is about making real decisions about how you see your love, how you see your lover, what you want from a lover. It has us thinking about much deeper about those things, how far you might want to take your relationship. You're not just thinking about, you know, the things on the surface and how we are feeling. Venus in Cancer is asking you, how you really feeling? How you really feeling about the relationship that you're in right now? How do you feel about the person that you are talking to? How do you feel about being single? How do you feel about being in a toxic relationship? Because I know some of us still are. Some of us are in toxic relationships that we already broke with the person a long time ago. How long you gonna do that? How long you gonna let them do that? So, Venus in Cancer is really asking you to get in touch and ask yourself some hard questions about how you feel in relation to love and where you want to take your relationships, how you feel about your lover, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your hobbies, how you feel about, you know, things that are nurturing to your soul. Okay? So, that is the astrological report. We about to get into this tarot reading, okay? All right. So, I really like this deck, too. It's nice and big, easy to read. I like the illustrations on them. They're very diverse. I like the numerology of it all. So, I'm going to just do 5 cards. And we're going to see what's going on. What we talking about? Strength and guidance to all. And may who hears it takes what resonate, and you know, just leave or don't. Y'all know how I go. All right. And I got the book too, because even though I know I kind of know what the meaning of some of these cards is, I like some of these messages that come with these cards. So we got the book right here. So we're gonna go all the way through the meaning of the cards. So first, let's talk about So let's just go kind of general. So, let's talk about where we're at. 7 of Wands. Challenges. Challenges. Wands always bring, you know, that fire energy. So the 7 of Wands, challenges, resilience, courage, and defense. Okay. So the angel message for this card is the 7 reveals a challenge to your position. You may need to fight hard to protect your work or argue for a principle or cause you hold up for another person. The opposition might be relentless, but it's worth what you are doing is right. Stand your ground and argue your case with eloquence. This card can also arise in reads to show issues with neighbors and property boundaries. Okay? So some of y'all in a tight position where you might have to fight for what you want. And that's what we're talking about with this Capricorn energy anyway. When you see courage, defense, resilience, challenges, this is all about fighting for something that you have worked hard for. So that's why it brings up the neighbors too. Because neighbors will try you when it comes to your property boundaries. I pay rent over here. This is my side of the house. You know? So, what we want. Strength. Don't we all just want some strength? God, the angel of courage. The angel of courage. So what do they say about the angel of courage? The angel of courage, the strength card. The angel of courage holds apart the jaws of a lion. Although in potential danger, she is unafraid and at peace with her predicament. The creature represents our basic instincts and drives, while the angel signifies our higher self. Our wise and patient aspect know what we want and when it is right to have it, but we must manage our impulsive desires or be thrown out of balance. The card number reduces to 2. 2 can be harmonious partnership or a power struggle. Self-assurance, trust, patience, health, passion, heroic acts, vitality, and inner strength. Strength means a show of strength. This may be a brave act, standing up for your values. There go that standing up for your values again, or protecting another person. Or it may relate to inner struggle. For example, you may need to forgive rather than anger to resentment. And that's what I was talking about in the beginning of the video with whoever is struggling during this Cancer season with their family, forgiving them for what happened. I know a lot of trauma comes up during Cancer season. It's not like because it's a bad thing, but it's because how you gonna get to the good shit if you don't ever deal with the bad shit that happened to you before that's really just clouding space in your mind, keeping you from attracting anything good. So overall, the message is to be patient, to have compassion for others, and to be kind to yourself. And additional interpretation is good health and physical strength. Didn't I just ask y'all that? I just asked y'all that. Where's your physical strength at? Strength. You need some strength. I know you're feeling weak right now. I know that's what we want. We want to just feel strong. We want to feel secure. We want to feel like everything is going to be okay. Now, even though we pulled the challenge, the card that we pulled at where we at was a challenge, this card that I'm going to pull now is either challenge or opportunity, because challenges should be used as opportunities to do something. Okay? Queen of Wands, creativity. Creativity. So let's see what the Queen of Wands message is. So creativity, eloquence. Now, didn't this card just use that same word, eloquence? Creativity, eloquence, vibrancy, and determination, okay? The Queen is a brilliant communicator. And I just talked to y'all about Mercury coming close to the sun, linking with the sun, and why you're going to tap into new insights, creativity, okay? Communication is key. So she inspires and supports others, and if reflecting a situation, acknowledges your creativity and asks you to step into your power. If I don't, Lord have mercy, y'all. Now is the time to explore the idea, launch a new venture, or write that book, okay? Imagine your ideal future and make it happen. It's everything I was just telling y'all. Just told y'all all of this. Okay. And be guided towards kindred spirits. I'm about to start reading this. I'm about to start reading this message. I just told y'all, find y'all tribe. Stop looking for people to accept you because you feel like because they are in a large crowd, they are accepted. A lot of popular people haven't even accepted themselves. So they have to hang together because they ain't got no personality. If that's not your archetype, if that's not your tribe, get away from them and go find people who are like you. All right. Imagine your ideal future, make it happen. She reminds you to look to your intuition for answers and be guided toward kindred spirits. In relationships, you understand each other and intuitively know what you and your partner need to be happy. Man, that's just screaming Venus and Cancer. Are y'all listening? Are y'all listening? So advice. Preparation. The Three of Wands. Preparation, travel, vision, communication again. Whether you explore new territory in your ideas or your work or contemplate a physical move or journey, new people are the focus of this three. Now, this card just told you to find your kindred spirits. Okay. New people are the focus of this three. There are great opportunities now to travel, socialize, celebrate, and make connections. Your energy is high, and some dynamic networking will attract the right people and opportunities your way. Aim far and wide, and use your charisma to connect with those who can help and inspire you. An additional interpretation reveals success in sport and the arts. Again, working with others to bring success, because guess what? You can't be a successful athlete or an artist without support. And Wands is all about that fire energy, and fire energy is all about creativity, okay? Are y'all listening? And last but not least, the outcome. The Knight of Wands. Wands. Fire! Fire. So the Knight of Wands. Action. Passion. Communication. Adventure. The Knight of Wands is a fiery, passionate individual who brings ideas and energy. If reflecting a situation, he brings a storm of communication your way, a raft of messages, emails, and calls, all demanding your time and attention. Life speeds up, and there are opportunities for meeting, travel, profitable networking. You may find You socialize more than ever just now, and you'll enjoy meeting new people. In love, this night represents a new person coming into your life. An additional meaning is moving house. So life is getting ready to pick up for you. Did y'all see? And I have used this deck. Y'all just saw me shuffle this deck. Do y'all see all these wands? Put some fire under your own ass. It's time to get moving. So just a little review so we could go over what I just talked about. We talked about challenges. We talked about creativity. Tapping into your creativity. Talked about having the courage, the strength. Preparation. These are two that y'all, these the ones. Preparation and action. The outcome. Life is going to pick up. Them calls going to start coming in. Get ready to be booked and busy. Get ready to get more hours. Whatever it is that's been stuck, stagnant, that's been holding you up, you're just going to have to get strong and tap into your creativity and keep moving forward. And that's it. That's the message. We done. I ain't got nothing else to say after that. That reading went along with everything I said in the video. Everything I said in the video, and I hope that y'all was listening. And I do appreciate all of you for watching another video, but I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. I gotta get my day going, but I really do appreciate it. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video, and make sure that you pass this information along, because I have decided that I'm getting off my soapbox. It's more than enough information out there. People know more than enough to make the change that they need to change. So I'm not arguing with nobody no more. I'm not trying to convince nobody of nothing that's going on in the world. I'm not trying to convince anybody what they need to do to live a healthy and non-toxic life. We just gonna do it, and hopefully they'll follow suit. But anyway, that's my day. That's my time. I love y'all, and I will see y'all on the next video at the new moon. Hopefully after this reading, y'all ready to really manifest, we're going to be moving into Leo season. We got some other placements and stuff that we're going to talk about. As we're on all that fire, we're going into Leo season, okay? Within the next week or so, we are going into Leo season. And Leo is actually the ruler of, is ruled by the sun, first of all, which is the ruler of your ego, your personality, your beginnings, okay? How you are seen to the world. And they are also the ruler. Leo is the ruler of the 5th house in astrology, the house of creativity and those type of things. So we got some work to do. It's time for you to get creative. And I don't mean have to be a painter, a singer, or artist. It's plenty of other ways that you can be creative. So start reaching, searching those, getting ready for Leo season. And I will see y'all at the new moon. Peace.